Okay, I'm going to talk about cigarettes. Do you guys want to look like this? Because if you do, if you smoke cigarettes, you will. Do you want your lungs to look like this? Because if you smoke cigarettes, they will. And smoking cigarettes is known to cause at least 14 types of cancer. Okay. Smoking cigarettes should be avoided at all costs because of the negative effects it causes on your body and on our environment. According to Consumer Health Report, common problems include coughing, shortness of breath, and increased susceptibility to colds. Risk over time include higher risk of pneumonia, bronchitis, and oral and throat cancers, while long-term smoking can cause heart disease, stroke, emphysema, and lung cancer. Also, women should not smoke during pregnancy because of the problems it causes, especially lower birth rate. And if the mother continues to smoke after she has had a baby, the baby is more likely to die from sudden infant death syndrome. And also, smoking cigarettes causes nicotine addiction, which is super addictive, that usually 70% of smokers who quit ultimately relapse during the first year. And then another thing is, cigarettes, they have a ton of negative effects on our environment. According to morbidity, oh, that's the wrong one, sorry guys. According to Thomas Novotny and others, tobacco growing usually involves substantial use of chemicals in our fields, which includes pesticides, fertilizers, and growth regulators. And these chemicals usually end up in our water systems because of the runoff from the tobacco fields. It is also estimated that the global manufacturing of tobacco produces 2 million tons of solid waste, 300,000 tons of non-recyclable nicotine-containing waste, and 200,000 tons of chemical waste, and that's just every year. And then also, a big thing is post-consumption waste, which is cigarette butts, when they are the most commonly discarded piece of litter in the world, and they contain arsenic, lead, nicotine, and ethyl phenol, which is a ton of chemicals, and that's just not helping the environment at all. And another thing is carbon dioxide emissions. Every time you light up a cigarette, it leads directly to the emission of 2.6 million tons of carbon dioxide and about 5.2 tons of methane. And but however, there are ways to quit. The most important thing is education. According to Annals of Internal Medicine, the most successful programs combine techniques to produce long-term cessation of the smoking habit with satisfaction of the psychological and physiological addiction. But the key feature is education. You should always know what you're putting inside your body and the environment. Another thing is physician counseling. Recent studies have shown the importance of physician counseling and role modeling has helped the success rate of quitting smoking. So that's been really good, is to have your doctor help you if you need it. However, there's no one method for every single person who wants to quit. Most people quit on their own. It's not from an actual thing. They just decide on their own. But another thing is people use hypnosis and acupuncture. Patients who can be hypnotized easily have very high immediate quitting rates, and these successful hypnosis programs include several hours of treatment, supportive therapists, and motivated clients. And then acupuncture helps reduce the effects of smoking withdrawal, so that is why they consider that a way of quitting. And in summary, the overall message is don't smoke cigarettes because you're killing yourself and our environment.